Okay. Okay. Good morning and welcome back. So yeah, I put a little FYI reminder that Monday, the coming Monday, is a holiday, and we do have to observe it as for the University of Laverne. So there'll be no class, no meeting on Monday because it's President's Day. So Monday is President's Day, and we're not going to meet on Monday. I'll probably send another reminder via email or something, but uh, no meeting on Monday for President's Day, and we will meet next Wednesday. Okay, so I don't think I put that note on the syllabus, but yeah, so that WebEx meeting for week 3, next Monday the 15th, just cross that out. That's President's Day. I should have put that in the syllabus, but I missed over that holiday. So no meeting on Monday. Anyway, I'm sure you're all disappointed that there's no class, but our next meeting after today will be next Wednesday. Okay. All right. So your other classes are canceled Monday too, right? I think.
Yeah, they're all canceled.
Yeah. For some reason I just didn't. I missed that holiday when I was doing the dates for the syllabus. So yeah, that should have been a no class day. Okay. But no big deal. We'll catch up or we'll work around. So what we did last time on this Monday was we started or did the first half of example 2.5, right? And I asked you to save it and have it ready to go so we can finish it. And so if you have this file that we got to last time, it looks like this. There we go. Okay, yeah, so this should look somewhat familiar if you were here on Monday or came to the WebEx meeting on Monday. And so we did the first portion of example 2.5. And so we did this part with the golf club with the different fits, right? The linear fit, the power fit, and the exponential fit. And we determined that the power fit was the better the better representation of the demand curve, and we were going to use the power fit for the profit model. So if you came Monday, this whole estimation tab should be done, and today we're going to do the profit model, the second tab. And so if you have your model saved from Monday, just go ahead and open it up, um, and then we'll start with the profit tab. And so I'm assuming that everyone that was here on Monday does have this part done. So you have the estimation tab done. That's exactly where we are. We're doing the profit model. If for some reason you were not here Monday, or you lost your work or something, then you'll have to go back to Monday's video and do the estimation tab. But this is kind of an independent. I mean, you don't have to have this done to do this, but if you do, we'll start here, right? Okay. Okay. So the point is, if you have uh, the spreadsheet saved from Monday, open it up and we'll start here. If you don't, just open up the blank one, go to the profit model tab, and you'll have to do the estimation tab independently. Okay. All right, so I'm going to open up the example 2.5 again Word document because we didn't finish that on Monday. Okay, so I believe we are in step 9. That looks right. Yeah, so I believe we did steps 1 through 8 on Monday. Yeah. Okay. So we'll begin here at step 9. And again, if you have your file, the golf club demand for Monday, open that up. If not, just open up this one, go to the profit tab, and yeah, here we go. Okay, so we're here, yeah. So we're going to start doing, we're going to use the power fit demand curve to do the profit model profit max. Yeah. Okay, so here we are. We're at the profit model. So this is a profit model using the best fitting power curve, which is what we just determined was the best curve from the previous analysis. So we're going to use that to maximize profit for this golf club company and to do some sensitivity analysis and determine what price we should charge given some changing factors. All right, so we need to move some things around first because I think this spreadsheet is missing a few items. And so if you have your textbook, this is going to look like figure 2.34, but I'll just do it here. So we need to add the parameters from the best fitting power curve from the previous analysis. And so what I'm going to do is add a few spaces in this little spreadsheet. So we need to add, let's see, I think 4 spaces. So if you're here and you click on the row 2, 3, 4, and 5. So remember we've done this before. If you just choose the number of rows you want to insert or delete, and then insert or delete them. So in this case, I'm going to choose 4 rows, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So see how the whole row is selected, and then Home tab, Insert button, and that should insert 4 rows right there. Okay, did that work? Did we get? So you just you choose the number of rows you want to insert, and then hit the Insert button. Yeah. Okay. And then right here, we're going to add in the parameters. So let me put a little subtitle, and let's call this in A3. Let's call this parameters of power curve. All right, so right here we're going to put in the parameters of the power curve from the estimation tab, okay? Which we solved for on Monday, or we determined on Monday. So right here in A4, we're going to put in the constant. And here in A5, let's title this the exponent. Okay, and if you want, this is a title and these are like subtitles. So these, I just want this one to be bold and these ones not to be. So if you want to do the shortcut to unbold something, you can select it and you can hit Control B, like B as in boy. And that shortcut will either bold or unbold depending on the selection. Okay, and then here we're going to type in or copy and paste or whatever the constant and the exponent from the previous tab. So I'm going to just go over here. If you don't have if you have the the previous tab, you can copy and paste. If not, you can just type it in. So this is what we want. Okay, we want that constant and that exponent. So if you want to, you can just copy and paste it if you have it in the estimation tab that we did Monday. So if you go to the estimation tab and go to B22 to B23, okay, and select them and copy it, just Control C for copy. And then you can go back here in the profit model tab in B4 and hit Control V to paste. Okay, and so you could either do that, or you can just type in the numbers. So if you don't have the copy and paste option, you can type in right here the constant we got from Monday, which is, let's see, 5,871,064.2, and the exponent is just negative 1.91. Okay, and so now if we got that, I think we are ready to start here in step 9. Yeah. Okay. All right. Everybody good here? We're caught up to this point?
Yep.
Okay, so now let's start doing the profit model. So let's go back. Okay, so let's get predicted demand based on the profit model equation. Okay, so step 9 is let's put this formula into to cell B14. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's do. I want to do since this is like one of our normal models where we kind of highlight the inputs and decision variables. Let's do that first. Okay, so let's highlight the inputs as light blue first. So what do we got? I guess the only input is the unit cost to produce. So let's highlight that as light blue. The decision variable is, remember that one is always light red, and it says decision variable. And so we're trying to decide what price to charge for the golf clubs that'll maximize our profit given this power fitting curve, demand curve representation. So that means that this cell is going to be light red for decision variable color, B11. All right, and let's go ahead and put any number or any value in there for now that we're going to solve or figure out later. So I'm just going to put in, I don't know, 100 for now. Okay, and then our objective is to maximize profit for this golf club company. So that means that cell B17 is our objective, and you can highlight the objective, highlight yellow color. Okay, there we go. So we're trying to choose the best price for the golf clubs that'll maximize profit, given the demand curve that follows this power curve estimation. Okay, and now we can start with step 9. Let's put that formula that we just saw in B14. Okay, so for predicted demand, type in the formula in step 9 equals. All right, here we go. Equals B4 times B11 raised to B5. Okay, and all we're doing here is we're specifying the power curve, right? So remember this, our power curve equation is this. And that's all we're doing here. We're saying that demand equals this representation. And we estimated A and B, and then X is the price of the golf clubs. Okay, so we're saying that demand is a function of price and such, which equals the exponent negative 1 point, the constant 5871064 times the exponent. Times the x variable, which is unit price 100, raised to negative 1.91. So we're just specifying the demand as the profit curve representation, given the price we choose, which in this case is 100. Okay. So we should get something like that, 88.622. I can. Step 10. Okay, we're going to type in these simple formulas that are going to calculate revenue, cost, and profit for this firm. So this one goes in B15, this one goes in B16, and this one goes in B17. Yeah. Okay, so in B15, type in that first one. Equals B11 times B14. Okay, so revenue is pretty simple. This is just if it's only one good company which sells the golf clubs, then the revenue they get is the price of the good, the market price, times how many they sell, which in this case is price times demand. So that's going to give us about 88,000, 89,000, and then total cost. B16 is equals B8 times B14. Okay, so if we're assuming that we exactly meet demand, then we got to pay for each of those clubs at $250 per club, and that is the unit cost times demand. All right, and then profit is just revenue minus cost. So in B17 equals equals total revenue minus total cost. That gives us profit, which is B15 minus B16. So okay, so you can see that right now it's giving us a negative profit, and that's only because I just randomly put in a price that was below the unit cost. So let's just put in a bigger price, because obviously we wouldn't produce if that was the case. So let's just make this 300. Okay, and then one more thing. Let's get rid of these decimals, because you can't really sell a fraction of a golf club set, right? So let's if you go to B14, and there should be a little shortcut up here. Under the Home tab, you see this little option that says decrease decimal. All right, you can hit that a few times until you get just the 109. Okay, so we should, if you put in all the same things here, we should have a profit of 5,450. All right, so everyone good?
Wait, like I still have negative 133,293
Oh, so
for.
just change this number to 300.
Oh, okay.
That should work. Good.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Okay, the next thing. Okay, is to maximize profit. So we're going to build a little data table, and to show us the changes when we're looking at what happens to profit. So let's look at the data table in figure 2.35. Okay, so if you scroll down, you'll see that there's a little section in A23 that says data table for profit as a function of unit price. Okay, so that's what we're going to build here. And so let's see. Right here in A24, let's call this unit price. Okay, just type it in. And then right here, let's call this profit. Okay, and then we're going to list different possible unit prices that we can chart, or that, yeah. So note that the unit price is like the selling price or the market price that the customers are buying, and the unit cost is how much it costs us to produce. So right here, we're going to look at different unit prices and what our profit would be based on different unit prices. Okay, so obviously, as a firm, a higher unit price, like it gives us more revenue, so that's going to increase profit. But let's look at how it changes. So starting here in B26, the lowest thing we'll consider is 260. Okay, and then we're going to start counting up in increments of 20 all the way to 680. So let's go ahead and put 280 here. All right, and then if you want, you can select these two together, A26 and A27. And then grab the bottom right corner and just scroll down and count up. It should count in increments of 20 all the way, just count up to 680. Okay, so see that these are the possible unit prices we're going to try in the chart. So in this range from A26 to A47, you got 260, 280, all the way up to a maximum price we can charge of 680. Okay, and then before we do the table, let's sync in or link in the profit here. So go to the blank cell there under profit for B25, and in B25 the formula is equals B17, which is profit. Okay, enter. All right, so make sure this cell says equals B17 and see how whatever goes on the profit goes right there. Okay, so if we got this little area set up for the data table, we're going to go ahead and make the data table. So you can select this whole range,
Professor,
Yeah.
I came in a little late. Example is this again?
So this is what example is this? This is example 2.5.
Oh, 2.5? Okay.
Yeah, but we're doing this. Were you here Monday?
No, I was not.
Okay, so we did the first half Monday, so you have to do the first half later. But if you open up the golf club demand one, which is under example 2.5.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, perfect.
So there's an estimation tab that we did Monday, so you'll have to do that later. But just go to the profit model here, and we're doing this right now.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're doing the data table. So you can select the whole area like this. Okay. So I've selected A25 to B47, right? The whole area. Make sure all this is selected A25 to B27. Okay. And then let's make the data table data tab. What if analysis, data table, and we're only doing a one-way data table, so the row input cell is blank, and the column input cell is B11 because we're changing the unit price. So see how B11 is that? So B11 goes here. Okay, so this is blank, column input cell is B11, hit OK, and that should do what you see here is give us different profits based on changing the unit price. All right, so it should give the corresponding profit that we set up based on these different unit prices. Okay, did that work for the data table?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry, can you go back to what the formula is for B11?
Oh, so B11, we're typing in a trial value of 300. So just type in the 300 there.
Oh, okay, because when I seem to have input that on column cells, it just gave me 5,450 repeating all the way down.
Oh, so sometimes it doesn't. So what you want to do is, if you got the same number, then it means that Excel's not updating the cells. And so select the profit area like this. What is this? B26 to B47, and these are all the same numbers. And so what you can do to fix that, hopefully, is click on the Formulas tab, and there should be a button up here that says Calculate Now. And if you hit that a few times or whatever, it should start doing it. Does that work?
No, it didn't work. When I selected it, it said that its cell is unable to change the value. Or it says not change part of a data table. But it's okay, I'll figure it out.
Oh, well, so I know, so you're not changing it, but you're hitting can you just select it and hit the Calculate Now button?
No, as soon as I let the space bar, once I've selected it, it won't allow me to select anything else.
Um,
Can I just insert it manually?
the numbers?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't know, you don't want to do that because that'll take a while, but it should let you uh, change or maybe you can try this. So can you select it all like this?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you can't do anything else?
No, as soon as it gives me an alert.
Can you try the F9 button?
Oh, okay. Yes, I got it.
That worked?
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Where are you following the directions for the second part? Because I'm looking at example 2.5 on the link you provided to us, and it's just showing part one, the
Oh.
estimated.
Oh, okay. So we've well, it's just so we started the first tab ended here. So the one we started with today is actually step 9. So step 9 is
Oh,
the first is where you want to start with um, for today's exercise. So we went up to step 8 Monday, and starting with the profit tab, this is where you'd start. So you'd start on step 9 for today.
oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank
Professor,
Yes.
when you get to the part after you click the what if, and it says data table, and then it's like row input cells and then column input cell, what do we
Yeah.
input for that?
Oh, so I think it's B11. So you have. I'll do this one more time. Let's see. Okay, so to do the data table, you select this whole area, which is A25 to B47, and then data tab, what if analysis, data table, and row input cell is blank, and column input cell is B11. Okay, so just type that right there, and if you hit OK, it should do the profits. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
you. And then last question for me.
Yeah.
Um, how did you get from the very top? How'd you get constant exponent? Is that
Oh,
from
so
the
sorry. Yeah, so you have to type this part in. So there's a little there was a part that was omitted in the profit model that you just had to manually put in, and so you can just if you make like you have the rest, yours starts here. You have the profit model and the monetary inputs. So just
yeah.
go ahead and can you add a few spaces. So if you click on 2, 3, 4, 5, to select the rows, and on the home tab, just hit the insert button, like home tab insert, and that should insert a few rows,
Oh, okay, perfect.
and then just type this part in. Yeah.
Okay.
So why don't you just do that real quick because you'll need that part. So
I'll just write the numbers really fast. And
okay, so
then I'll
the title, yeah, the title goes here. This is constant. This is exponent, and then put the number, that big number in B4, and then that number in B5, and then you'll need those for the rest of it.
perfect. Thank you.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. So the rest of us have the data table, and again, if the numbers aren't updating, like you're getting the same number, there's two things you can do. You can hit the F9 button, which should update the cells. Okay, so there's two things you can do, and they both should, well, one of them should work. So if your cells aren't updating, number one, you can try the F9 button, just push the F9 button, or if that doesn't work, you can go to Formulas tab and hit that Calculate Now button. So one of those two things should update your cells if they're not updating. to update, not undate. Okay, all right. Where are we? So we're on step 11 still. Okay, so we got this little data table, and what we're gonna do now is make a little plot, a little scatter plot of profit versus price. Okay, so if you want, you can select this area of the data table, A26. A26 to B47, so the whole part under here, so A26 to B47, and we're going to make a little graph of this unit price column versus the profit. All right, so with that selected, A26 to B47, insert tab, and if you have recommended charts, you can hit that. And we want this one, the scatter. Actually, I don't want the line. We want. All right. So insert tab, and then just choose this one here that says insert scatter, and the regular one scatter. Yeah, without the line. Okay, so you should be able to select the area and go to insert in the chart options and insert the scatter plot. Okay, so we got this little chart here, and we'll do a little formatting, but we got a nice little representation of what happens to profit when the unit price changes. Yeah, so you can see that this side is profit, and then this side is the unit price. So if you click on the chart and hit the plus sign for chart elements, and I know there's the other way to do it if you have a Mac, but I'll do this way first. So plus sign for chart elements, and then let's uncheck chart title and check axes titles. Okay, and so we can see that this is the profit. All right, and that's the unit price. So you can see the corresponding profit when unit price changes. So obviously when you increase a little bit down here from like 260 to 280, profit goes up a lot, and then at some point you can see that profit starts to decline, and that's because it's too costly to produce it. So you want to charge a unit price before it starts declining your profit. And so to do this little shortcut with the Mac, okay, you got your chart. You can click on the chart, click on chart design, click on add chart element. And I took away the titles, so you can chart title none, and then add chart element again, and then axes titles primary horizontal, and axes titles primary vertical. There we go. Okay, and then you can just type them in. This is profit, and this is unit price. Okay, all right, so we're good on we got the scatter plot here. Okay, next final part, we're still on step 11, and I just want to, it's hard to see which exact unit price is the best because it starts going, it's somewhere around here, but let's go ahead and use the conditional formatting shortcut to give us the highest profit. And so if you want to select B26, yeah, also another shortcut to select a bigger range, if you're using a keyboard, is Shift Control down. All right, so if you go to start with some area and you hit Shift, then Control, then down, it'll select the whole region, or you can just do it with the mouse or manually. But either way, select B26 to B47, right, all the profits here. And we're going to use the conditional formatting to highlight the highest one. So Home tab, conditional formatting, top bottom rules, top 10, and then just change this to 1 or decrease the arrow to 1 because we want the top 1, and hit OK. So that would tell us that this is our highest profit, in which we should charge a unit price of $5.20 per golf club set. All right, you should see that 520 is somewhere. Here it is. Yeah, that's our. It's hard to see in the graph, but that looks like that's about right. Okay, we got that.
Can you do that one more time, please?
Yeah, the conditional formatting part, or you got the okay. Yeah.
Just after you click on conditioning formatting.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, so let's select the profit area that we're looking at. So we want to select this whole area of B26 to B47, right? So all this is selected, B26 to B47, and then Home tab, conditional formatting, top bottom rules, top 10 items, and then just change this, instead of 10, just hit the little arrow until it goes down to 1, because you want the highest profit, just the top 1, and hit OK. And it should give you this option, 10,292, in which you would charge 520. Yeah, did that work?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Professor.
Yes.
Sorry. Quick question. What was the formula you used for the table to start the table for like profit?
Right here?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's equals B17, which should be this profit. So you see how it should just give us the profit we got up here. So
Did you round the number for all these numbers for 14 through 17?
these ones were already set up nice, and this one had a weird decimal, so I just removed the decimals for this one.
Oh, you removed the decimals.
Yeah,
Okay.
it shouldn't make a difference, but it looks a little weird because you can't really have, like, this is demand for golf clubs, and it doesn't make sense to have a demand for a fraction of a golf club. So if you just under Home tab, there's a nice little shortcut right here that says decrease decimal, and you can hit that until the decimals are gone.
Oh, okay. Perfect. I got it.
All right. Now, where are we? Okay, we did that. We did that. We've done this. Step 12. Okay. So we're going to make another data table showing what happens to profit if two things change. And those two things that are going to change are going to be the price of the clubs and the price, like the selling price and the unit price to produce them. So like the production cost versus the market price of the clubs and how that affects our profit. Oh, so actually, we didn't do this part. So see how there's a little thing that says maximum profit from data table shown below with the corresponding best unit price. All right, so we figured that out. So let's just put it in. I'm just going to type it in. So the maximum profit was 10,292. And the best price that gave us that was 520. Okay, so I'm just putting a summary of what we found here. That goes right there. Okay, where is this other data table going? Oh, all right, so if you scroll down, you'll see that there's this whole other section. And I'm not sure why it's so far down, but you should see it if you scroll down the spreadsheet to A77. We're going to move that up. And so I want to delete all this blank space. And I want to put this title, maximum profit for different unit costs, right there in A49. So let's go ahead and decrease all this, or delete all these blank cells. And you can go ahead and select 48 all the way. Oop, no. You can go ahead and select cell 48, row 48 to row 75. All right, see how I've selected the whole rows. And then I'm going to delete that whole region and just bump this up. So select 48 to row 75 and then home tab, delete button. All right, and that should do what we want, and put this title starting in A49. Okay, so if you got that, you have the table we just did, and then this stuff starts maximum profit for different unit costs, starts here in A49. Okay, so did that work? Did we get this starting here? Okay. All right, so now we'll go down here where it says sensitivity of maximum profit to unit cost. Unit cost is very descriptive. Unit cost is along top, unit price is along the side. So that's the table we're going to finish. Okay, one more thing is we're going to delete row 55 and bump this up one. So this little blank space, if you want to click on row 55, home tab, delete button. There we go. All right, so we got this space here. We got the unit costs. We got the unit prices. And then right here in A55, the little linking formula is equals B17. So remember, that's our profit. All right. Okay, so in A55, just type in equals B17. And if you got this set up here, the number should have already been put in. Oh God, there's a lot of them. So we have these 5 unit prices, and we have all these different we have these different unit costs that it could cost us to produce the clubs. And we have all these possible unit prices. So we're going to make a big data table showing how profit changes when this changes and all the different combinations. So select this whole area. Okay, so select A55 all the way to F140. All right, so select this whole big box. Okay. Again, A55 all the way to F140. Okay. All right, so now let's make a data table with this stuff. Data tab, what if analysis, data table. Okay, so our column input cell is what's going along the top, which is unit cost. So unit cost refers to cell B8. Okay, the column input cell is the same as we had in the previous table. which is the unit price, which is B11. Okay, so the row input cell is B8, which refers to the unit cost, and the column input cell is B11, which refers to the unit price. So put B8 there and B11 there and hit the OK button. All right, and you should get the table, right? So you have the profits changing with the corresponding different unit costs and unit prices. If your values don't update, try hitting the F9. Try hitting the F9 button to update, or if it didn't update, you can try formulas, and you can hit the calculate now button. All right, so either of those ways should do it if this didn't update.
Can you do that one more time, please?
Yeah. Okay. So let's. Okay, so first make sure that, so we're starting here. So in A55, it should say equals B17. So make sure you type that formula in. Don't just type in 450 or because it won't update. So this has to say equals B17. Okay, and you got your unit costs along the top and the unit prices along the bottom. All right, and remember, select this whole area. Okay, so you want to select A55 to F140. Okay, so make sure that whole area is selected, and then stupid. Okay, then data tab, and what if analysis, and data table. Okay, the row input cell was B8. Right? Yeah, the row input cell is B8 and the column input cell is B11. Okay, and then so B8 there, B11 there, hit OK, and should do the table, yeah?
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so everyone got this big table showing what happens to profit when we change unit costs versus unit price?
Yeah, is that what you did on the other table as well?
What do you mean?
Is that the same, not the same formula, not the same cells, but is that the same formula that you did for the first one for the data table for profit as a function of unit price?
Well, the only difference is there's only one thing changing here. So this has to say equals B17. And then when you put in the parameters in the data table, leave the first one blank, and the second one is B11.
Is B11. Okay.
Yeah. So like when you select this, and it says column input cell, row input cell, then the second one is B11.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. So we got the data table, and what do we do? Okay, so now we got to see there's a little section up here where we're looking for the maximum profit for different unit costs. So the point of this table was to find the highest profit given changing the unit cost. So for example, if the unit cost to produce a set of clubs is 150 per set of clubs, what price should we charge and what's our profit? If it gets more costly to produce the clubs, then should we charge a different price and what's our profit? Okay, so we can do this little section with a shortcut. And so go here to B51 and let's try this. Equals. Equals max, which is the max function, and then select the whole region And that should give us the maximum value in this little region. So the max of B56 to B140. Okay, so in B51 equals max of range B56 to B140. Enter. And that should give us 16,381. Okay, and then the nice thing is, I think because the ranges are the same, we can just click on this formula, the max formula, grab the bottom right corner of B51 and drag it over to get the max of 200, 250, all the way to 350. Okay, so if you got that, you should get that your max profits for each corresponding column is 16,381, 12,611, and all the way to, yeah. So the profit obviously goes down because it gets more costly to produce the clumps. Okay, did we get that there? All right, then we need to report the corresponding best price that goes along with these profits. All right, so I wonder if I can either we have to go through and just type them in, or let me see if I can. Yeah, let's just type them in. So go down and find this formula or this profit and write the corresponding price that gives us that. So 16,381.
There's 310
Oh,
and
there's
three.
two. Oh, yeah. So there's, well, so we need to, let's see.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, let's
310.
see. Yeah, so technically it's this one. It gives us a few more cents per club. All right, so it's 310, yeah. And what gives us 12,611? Looks like 420. Okay, what gives us 10,292? Oh, no, it's two of them again. Uh, 520 is a little higher. Okay, what gives us 8,719? 630. Okay, and for 7,578. 730 gives us a little more. Okay, so for these ones, the corresponding best price, I just had to go through and check. So just type in these numbers here. The best price for this option was 310, 420, 520, 530, and 730. All right, so we have to raise the selling price if the cost to produce goes up to
I think it's
compensate.
30.
Which one? This one?
I think it's 630 instead of 530.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. 630.
No problem.
Good. All right. Yeah, so that one's 630. Okay, I think we got these right. 310, 420, 520, 630, and 730. Yeah? Okay, then let's make a little graph of maximum profit versus unit cost. Okay, so to do that, just select this little area with the unit cost and the max profit. So if you want to select A50 to F51, we'll make a little chart of this showing how profit changes when the unit cost changes. Okay, so select A50 to F51, and then let's do insert. Let's do recommended charts, and we want this one here, the line chart. Hit OK. Okay, and this, so let's make little labels, then we're done with this chart. So down here is the unit cost, and then up here is the maximum profit. Okay, so you can click on this, click on the plus signs for chart elements. We can remove the chart title and add the axes titles. Okay, this is maximum profit. And this is unit cost. All right, so again, one more time, if you want to do that the other way. Okay, click on the chart design, add chart element, and you got to do it like this. No chart title, and then add chart elements. You can add primary horizontal and primary vertical. I just type them in. This is maximum profit, and this is unit cost. Okay, did we get that? The chart there for maximum profit versus unit cost? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we've determined that, what have we determined? All right, so we determined that from the estimation tab, if we did that, the demand curve follows a power fit representation of price and demand. We use that to maximize profit, and if the unit cost to produce is $250, then we should charge $520 for a set of clubs. But if the unit cost changes to any of these options, then we charge a different price, and we charge this corresponding price if we get that. And obviously, there's other options for unit cost, but you see the point. If the unit cost changes, we can do little analyses and determine what price we should charge based on our cost of production. Yeah. Okay, one more part, and we're done with this. And then we have a few practice questions. So this part, I like to throw this in because it shows how you can easily update the model if you get some new data. So we did this for 12 months of data. What if we got a few more pieces of data and we wanted to just update it? This shows how you can do that easily. Well, with a few steps. Okay, so let's suppose that we have an extra 6 months of data on demand and prices in addition to the data in the example. And these are the data points. Okay, so if you did the estimation tab, then you can do this part. If you didn't do the estimation tab, you're going to have to do that first. And so if you have this estimation tab done from Monday, then you can finish it up right now. If you don't have this done, then you have just watch this part and you have to finish up after you do the estimation tab first. Okay, so if you have this all done for Monday, just go ahead and go over to the estimation tab, and we'll do one more thing to finish this up. And so what we're doing here is we're saying we have 12 more new months, we did the analysis, and then we kept the company open for 6 more months. And these are the 6 months of data points on the what happened to the price, or what happened to demand based on different prices. So let's see if that changes our our estimation. Okay, so the price is shown here first, and the demand after the price. So we can just type them in based on the printout. So go to the estimation tab. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna add the new data. We're gonna see if the power curve is still the best fit, and yeah, that's it. Okay, so let's put these in the spreadsheet there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to manually put in the extra 6 months of data right here. So you can, I think the best way to do it is just to add some cells. All right, so now we're on the estimation tab. And let's add 6 rows. So if you click on 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, and then let's add those 6 rows. So Home tab, Insert button. It makes the, I guess it makes the graphs a little, stretches out the graphs, but that's okay. And then let's just manually type in our 6 months of data right here. Okay, so now we have months 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and I'm just going to type in those values from the printout. So the price in month 13 was $350, and the demand was 84. All right, so all I'm doing is typing in these new data pieces. Yeah. For month 14, it was 385 and 72. Oh, just okay. Then 410 and 67. What's going on? Okay, then 462. Okay, then 330 and 92. And last one is 480 and 53. Okay, so 350 and 84, 385 and 72, 410 and 67, 400 and 62, 330 and 92, and 480 and 53. Okay. All right, so we're just putting in that new data. All right, so everyone see what I'm doing here? Just typing in the new data pieces. Okay, now we're going to re-estimate the curves based on the new data. Okay, so see how this, when you click on the linear chart, it's only selecting the first 6 months, but now we have some new data, all right? And so the point here is to see that you can do a few things and just update your analysis with the new data to see if anything changes. Okay, so if you click on the linear chart and right click it, and there should be an option for select data. All right, and see here where it says chart data range. Let's just change that range manually to get all the data. Okay, so just go ahead and delete that and hit this little button and then select all of it like this. Okay, so delete it and select everything with the new data, which is B3 to C21. All right, see how it gets everything now? Okay, hit that and hit OK.
Can you show us how to do that again?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry about that.
No. Okay, and then, yeah, I'll do it one more time. But the nice thing is it should update the curve and the equation based on what you just did. And I think it did, right? Yeah. So see how it should be similar, but see how the slope and intercept are a little bit different, right? Okay, so let me do it one more time. Okay, so here's what we had before, right? And then here's make sure you got to type in all these new pieces of data. So all this is here, yeah? And all we're doing is telling the chart to update and add the new data. So click on the linear chart, right click the middle, select data. Okay, right here where it says chart data range, we're going to update that. Okay, so delete what you had previously. And hit this little button. And instead choose B3 to C21. So see how it's got all the price and all the demands from now months 1 to 18. So B3 to C21, right? Hit that, hit OK. And then if you click on the chart, see how now it should have all the data, and it should have updated the line and the equation a little bit. Okay, did that work?
Is there any other way besides using the right click button? Because I don't think my computer has that function.
Oh, sure. Let's see. There's probably just a. All right. Okay, so if you can't right click, let's click on this.
It's there on chart design. Select data. On the
What's
right.
that? Oh, sorry. I couldn't see it because I had the little chat button up. Yeah. Okay. So there. Thank you. So you click on the chart, and then under the chart design tab, yeah, here it is. Select data. Do you see that? Yeah. Okay. So the other way to do it, so click on the chart, and then chart design, and then select data again. All right, and then it takes us back here, hopefully. All right, and then again, delete the previous chart range. Choose the updated range, hit this button, and with the mouse or whatever, choose B3 to C21. So see how we've got the price and demand for all the months, 1 through 18, and then hit that button, hit OK, and it should do it. So then when you hit the chart, you should see that it's getting months 1 through 18, and it should have an updated trend line and an updated equation. Okay, so did that work?
On my computer, I don't have chart design, so I'm just trying to look through my options and see if I could find it.
Oh, okay. So you don't have, so what do you have up here?
I have home, layout, tables, charts, chart layout, format, smart art, formulas, data, and review.
But when you click on the chart, so there's chart design, and are there other things up here?
It's just chart layout and format.
Oh, so maybe try chart layout and see if that has it. Because if you're using a Mac, it might just have different drop-down menus. So click on the different little chart things and see if one of them has the select data button.
No, it just says like data labels or like chart title, axis titles, legend, data labels.
Okay. Are you using a Mac? Is it?
Yeah, I'm using my Mac. It's just a little older.
Okay. So is anyone else using a Mac that knows where the option is? Because I know it's a little bit different, but there should be.
What are we looking for again?
So on the Mac, do you know how to get to the select data button without right-clicking?
Without right clicking?
Yeah, she said she doesn't have the option to right-click.
You can't just use two fingers and click on the mouse, the keypad,
Yeah,
the
I just
trackpad?
did 2 fingers and clicked.
If you use two fingers and click on the table, it should pop up like as if you right click.
Yeah, like this. Okay, try that. So
Okay, when I do that, it says like format chart area or change chart type or select data. There we go.
yes, there
There
you
you
go.
go.
Yeah, select data.
Thank you.
Yeah. I know there's different ways to get to this. Yeah, so I'm used to doing everything still with a mouse. So I still call it right click. All right. So just to help you one more time, if you got to that select data area, okay. So you did the right click two finger shortcut thing, and then you got the select data. And when you're here, all right, just delete the previous chart data range and click on the button and choose now B3 to C21, right? So you get all this stuff with the new months. Hit that, hit OK, and that should do it. And if you click on the chart, you should see that you got all the price and demand for all the months. Okay, well, the fun thing is we're going to do that for the other ones too. So we have to update the range for the power fit and the exponential. So now we know what to do. So go to the power fit, right click it or get to whatever way you get to select data. Do the same thing. Delete the previous chart range and choose the new one. Okay, and that should do it for the power fit. So see how that's now updated, and then let's do it for the exponential. Okay, go to the power exponential fit, right click it, or get to select data. Delete this. Hit the button. Choose the expanded range. All right. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we got the linear fit with the updated range. We got the power fit with the updated range. And we got the exponential fit with the updated range. And it should have updated your trend line in an equation based on the new data pieces. It should be similar, but you should see that the equations are slightly different based on what new updates you got. Okay, so everyone good on these updating these three fits if we're doing this part?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so a few more things. Now all we have to do is update the parameters down here, and then add some new options. And then so it took a few times to set this up, but once you get the idea, the point is here to if you set up a model and you get some new data, that knowing how to add that new data without doing the whole thing over is very valuable. So that's what we're trying to do. Okay, let's just type in our new parameters if they change. So the new intercept with the new data for the linear is 203.43. Type that in here. The new slope is negative 0.34. What's this? I got this is now 3,870, 228.22. Okay, 3,870, 228.22. All right, so I'm just typing in this number here. And the new exponent is negative 1.84. Okay, and our new constant for the power exponential fit is 431.6153. And the new exponent is that negative 0.0047. All right, so we should see that the numbers are similar to what they were before, with the exception of this big constant. But yeah, so all I did here was type in the updated parameters from the new curves with the new data. So just type those in right there in this little area. Yeah. Okay, and you should see that the equations, because we previously specified them with the dollar sign references and so on, are still right. The only thing we have to do is add some new spaces for the new data. So you can add 6 rows right here. If you click on 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Okay, so select rows 37 to 42. And a home tab, insert button. Okay, and we're going to put in the stuff for the new extra 6 months. All right, so down here, 1, 2, 3, all the way to 12, we got just count to up to 16. I mean, sorry, counts up to 18. Okay, so you had this before and you put in the new rows and you got 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 for the new 6 months of data. That's going to go right here. Okay, so we're going to put in our predictions and our error checks for the new data based on our updated parameters. Okay, so yeah, we got this put in there. And the formulas, see, should all be accurate, right? So yeah, because we put in the parameters in the same spot, they're correct. The only thing we have to do is just drag the formulas down. And we could do it all together like this. Okay, so I believe this should work because we've set it up properly from Monday. If you select this whole range, E36 to P36, And we're just going to apply the same formulas down for the new months of data. So select that whole range, E36 to P36. Grab the bottom right corner and drag it down to month 18 like this. Okay, and if that looks right, I think it does, that should just do the formulas we set up before with the new months of data right here. Yeah. Did that work? Okay, then last thing and we're done is I think that the error summaries down here only include the previous range. Let's see. Yeah. So let's just update those. So we can fix the first one and then drag it over. So let's see. If you click on H44, let's update the range to be average H25 to H42. Okay. All right, see how that includes the new, all the range with the new 6 months? All right, so just change your average function to H25, average H25 to H42. Enter. And we're going to go ahead and grab this one, the bottom right corner of H44, and apply that, drag it over like that. Okay, so we get our updated MAPEs. We'll do the same for the RMSEs. So click on K44, and let's just update our range. Equals square root average K25 to K42. Enter. And if you got that, grab the bottom right corner of K44 and drag it over to that one and that one. Okay, and then we got one more for the MAEs to update the range. In N44 should be equals average N25 to N42. Okay, enter. And again, let's click on that one. And you can grab the bottom right corner of N44 and drag it over like that. Okay, so if we got these errors, all right, so is everyone, those of you that are following along here, did we get this part updated?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's see what we found. So the point of this was we got 6 more months of data. We would update our curves and predictions and see which one now is the best predictor. So again, let's see. So our MAPEs, actually the exponential is now the lower one, right? So if this is 5.79%, that's the lowest one. For the RMSE, it looks like the power fit is still the lowest one. And for the absolute error, it looks like now the exponential is the lowest one. So we'd have to do some more error checking because we get some contradictions. Well, I mean, they're both pretty close, but it looks like, if you do like best of 3, the exponential was better here and better here, but the power was still better. So they both look pretty good, but let's look at, yeah, I can't tell just by looking at the curves which one is better, goes through the data pieces, but what this is telling us is with the new data, this one might be a little bit better. All right, so see what we're doing. We're just seeing which ones capture the data better by saying which one has lower error. Okay. All right, I think we're done with this two-day project here. Yeah. Okay, so the power curve doesn't have the lowest error measure for all of them. Sometimes the exponential was. So yeah. All right, so you can look at the practice questions, and the solutions are up here. If you want to look at those for some examples of what might come from this type of example. But I think we're done with example 2.5. All right, so if you got this done, you can save it. So we did the estimation tab Monday, and we updated it today with the new data. We did the profit model today, but your full exercise is the estimation tab with the new data and the profit model we just did today. So you can save that whenever you're done with it, and that goes here. Okay, so again, let's see. All right, so example 2.5 is due Monday. This one we haven't got to yet, so don't worry about that till later on. But this one's due Monday. No class on Monday because it's President's Day, but this is due whenever you get that done. Okay, so example 2.5 due Monday. No class Monday is President's Day. Our next meeting is next Wednesday. Okay. All right, time to go. Okay, I think that's it. Everyone have a good 3-day weekend. Yeah.
I have a well. Everyone can go. I just had a question on the side.
Okay, so the rest of you, thanks for coming and have a good weekend. Stay safe. I'll see you next Wednesday. No class Monday.
Thank you, Professor. See you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, what's your question?
Actually, okay. I just wanted to make sure I turned in example 2.4, and I see that I did. And then for can you go to the profit model, or did you close everything already?
No,
Okay,
I still have it open.
Can you just show me what you did for the data table for profit as a function of unit price?
This one here?
Yeah. So how did you get like all the unit price and all that?
Oh, so you got to type. So you got to put in the formula here equals B17, and then type in manually the unit prices, and then so you got to type in 260, 280 in this little range all the way to 680.
Oh, okay. So I have to write 260, 280, and then when I pull it down, it'll automatically do it for me.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, hold on. So I have to group them together and then drag them down. Okay.
Yeah.
And it goes up to 680.
Yeah, 260 to 680 in increments of 20.
And then I just highlight all of it, hit what if.
Yeah, so then you highlight all this, which looks like, let's see, A25 to B47.
Oh, perfect.
And then data tab, what if analysis data table. And your column input cell is B11.
Perfect.
And that should work.
Yeah, I think I got it now. And then what did you do to make it highlight the highest value?
Oh, so you select the range you want to look for, which is all the profits. So B26 to B47. And conditional home tab, conditional formatting.
And
Highlight or top bottom rules and top 10.
And then just do top one.
And top one, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, sounds good. And then, all right, yeah. And then this scatter plot should be easy to make. I just have to do part one. You record everything, right?
Yeah, actually, we're still recording. So.
Oh shoot. Can you show me the other graph real quickly? Not this one, but the one below it real quick. I just want because I have a couple zeros on it.
Oh,
Okay,
sure.
yeah, I just like a zero going in a diagonal line as well.
Oh yeah, that looks. I got that right.
Yeah. I have the same thing. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Thank you, Mr. Hoffman.
All right, thank you. Have a good weekend.
You have a good one too. So no class on Monday?
No, it's President's Day. It's an observed holiday by the university.
Oh, awesome. Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good one. Bye bye.